couple people like literally asked to take pictures with us because they thought that we were like
Some
Vegas performers.
Vegas girls, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay, you want a candy?
Yeah. When was the last time you guys gave out a piece of candy?
Gosh, I don't even remember now.
We used to be all into it, man.
Oh,
I've done
so
it
into it.
pretty
Literally.
recently. I mean, last year at some, I think Electric Forest is usually my candy festival. I think I stick to one now a year, and I have that be. And Forest is still very Blur and very much that. Like, I have some candy from Forest that like I'll never get rid of. Like, it's just it's like comes from some far off place in the middle of fucking nowhere, you know?
I still have all my candy. Like, I don't want to get rid of it because I feel like it has so much memory attached.
Yeah.
To it. Like,
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah,
it's
too
like
much.
all in a bag, but I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's in with all my keepsakes and stuff, you know?
Yeah, me too. I definitely don't want to get rid of that.
Yeah, when I was moving to LA, we ran out of room in the car, and then my buddy was like, "I'm about to throw out this box of beads." I was like, "No, those are my memories." Because you know, like a lot of the candy that I have or from 2012 and 2013, and the ones I made for people. I think that was the peak of my candy years before my after my happy hardcore years. I had like the peak candy years where I was making it for my friends, and and truthfully. And unfortunately, I'm not as close to some of those people anymore who I traded candies with due to whatever happened in our lives. And I have nothing. I don't. It's not like I hate them, but it's just our lives aren't intertwined anymore. So now I just keep whatever I can, and then just think of the memories, man. Like and also a lot of the candies too. The ones that we made for each other were personalized.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So I have
the puzzle piece that Coco gave me. Like, I'll never get rid of that either. Like,
and Lance, you made I think it was TomorrowWorld. You made one that it says "fam" and then it has a key on it.
Oh
I have that in my box.
Yes. Oh my god, I made one for everybody. I remember that. Wow.
Yeah.
I miss that. Like, I feel like people now, like the people who are just starting, like they don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
It felt more like everyone was together doing that kind of. But
I've definitely been like rejected giving people candy at events in the past like 5 years or so, and it's like fuck. It's so like in the moment I'm like, this isn't a big deal, but it's such a big deal. I'm like, why does this hurt so bad? I'm so
they don't deserve your candy anyways. Then.
Yeah.
Like,
but
it's so sweet.
I know. It was on an ILLENIUM show too. I was like,
come on, where are the feels?
What? The show is all feels.
Wait, you tried to give somebody candy and they were like, nah.
Yeah, she was like, and I was
don't want that shit here.
And then the girl next to me was like, and I was like, what?
What the hell?
I know. Super awkward.
Yeah.
They were probably young.
Were they like super young or super old?
No, she's, I mean, yeah, I guess maybe like 24, 23. Not about that life. Not super young though. I wouldn't like. No.
Yeah, like she should old enough to know.
But then, like we said, we go to Electric Forest or some events where things just I don't know. It's like it reinvigorates. I'm like, or I'll see it happen, or else people are trading candy, or they give somebody some crazy like perler or something crazy, and I'm just like, my heart. At the Gorge, it's really big too.
Yeah, it was
probably the last time.
Yeah, Washington Rave Fam is like amazing.
Yeah, I think the Weekender.
People who are keeping the candy scene alive too. Like I see in a lot of Facebook groups that I'm in for certain artists, like Cult of Res. There's a lot of people who make candy and like post pictures of what they made in there, and other pages too. So I think it definitely is still a thing. I think it's just become more of like a sub niche within like the community now. You know?
Yeah.
Not as prevalent as it used to be, but. That's how gloving is for that matter now too. I feel like gloving used to be huge and now it's very kind of like small and niche because
you can't even like bring them in half the time.
Yeah,
that's true.
That way, you know, it got
or like now they have like the whips and stuff and they don't even let people bring that in.
Yeah.
I think you can bring in gloves now, but because like Insomniac sells gloves.
I think now you can,
yeah.
But you can't bring in the big goofy gloves or the Disney gloves. Do you remember those? Like the big. Like the Mickey Mouse hand.
Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Those used to be crazy.
They one year at Nocturnal, and this was like years ago, me and Alicia bought these plush monkey backpacks that we thought were so fucking cute, and they were like $30, which was a lot of money at the time, like especially. And they literally made like they wouldn't let us bring them in. And you know Alicia, she was like, "What the fuck?"
That was so bad. Yeah.
Like she bought it outside. You guys bought them outside?
No, we bought them before, like in Santa Cruz. Like we thought they were cute, and like that was kind of like in back then. And then we bought them for Nocturnal, and they're like, "You can't bring this in." I'm like, "I have all my shit in my backpack. What am I supposed to do?
Right?
Like, where am I supposed to put it?" Like,
what did you guys end up doing?
I feel like they gave us a bag, and I had to carry around like a grocery bag or something. We had a lot of stuff. Like I got my menthols, I got my little sticky thing.
Literally.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had a Yoshi backpack. That was like my rave bag, my Yoshi, and like I took it everywhere with me until they stopped allowing it, and I almost got him taken away, and then I stopped taking him out because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like. It survived with me to do some crazy shit. I was like, I'm not losing this bag.
Why did they do that? Because like they think that you can hide stuff in there easier, or like I don't know.
I think people started getting like stabs or something, right? It was around like 2014, isn't it?
I just think it was a bad perception. Same with the pacifying, right? The pacifiers and like all of that type of stuff. Like they were just really trying to make it like not about like, drugs and more about like the experience and the fun stuff, which I was totally down for. But I was just like, taking a person's plush backpack is not going to like,
dude.
Yeah, like
girls still bring in the same thing that I'm trying to bring in. So I'm like, what are you saying?
I remember like seeing so many backpacks thrown in the trash can, and some were pretty nice.
Dude, yeah, there's some spirit hoods that were taken away. Like there's back in the day at Insomniac events, they used to confiscate hella shit because nobody knew what you could actually bring in or not, and it depended on what fucking security person you got and what type of mood that they were in. Like I remember seeing some fucked up shit standing in line and being like, I'm gonna hide my shit. Like
right.
Yeah,
I've seen some crazy shit too, and it makes you so scared.
Nothing's that scary as like finding the right line where the guy's like, pat, all right, we're gonna stay in this line, this is where we're gonna go. And when he gets to you, they switch to the one bald jack guy, and you're like, no.
Yeah, I know. You're like, yeah,
he takes the job way too serious.
I was like, oh shit, where he cups your balls and everything.
Oh god.
I'm like, oh man. I was like, please, let me be me, man.
I know, right?
No festivals.
They're way chiller now, I feel like. And some festivals now, like Lightning in a Bottle and Dirty Bird Campout, there's no security at all. You just walk right in.
Yeah, they check your trunk to make sure you're not carrying bodies with you. But other than that, they're just like, go ahead and have a good time.
Once you're in, which is really nice, honestly.
Well, I think after a while, it all became about safety. Like, they want to make sure people are safe.
Yeah, like they're not putting guns or whatever. And that makes sense.
And partying safely, as well. Like if you know that people are, doing certain substances or drinking excessive alcohol, encouraging, like we didn't get free water until people died.
2000
so
and
why did it take people dying for them to bring out free water?
And people were on the verge of death when we were asking for free water for years, mind you. Like this is not like a new concept. And he's like, we ran out of water. Actually,
no, dude, no, they had free water at EDC 2011. I remember. But it was like a water horse. We had you guys ever play football? No. You guys know what a water horse is?
No.
Okay, it's imagine like a fucking a long pipe with holes in it, and they put like a hose. So the So the person with the last gets the least amount of water pressure. That's how it is at fucking Forest still to this day because they're out in the boonies, and you're using a well or they're bringing in like a truck with water or whatever. It's
some things never change.
But like after that EDC, when like it was like 5 people who died, then that's when they had the refill stations, and then people died again, and then that in 2013 was when they had multiple refill stations.
Yeah, refill stations with their bottle. You still had to buy their bottle. Now you can bring them any hands and they'll fucking put water in there for you. Okay, like that's how the culture should have been for a long time. But I'm happy that we changed that.
I think it took almost getting lawsuits in place for that to be what it was, because I remember like that's been like actually probably a whole shift for the entire scene in general. Like I remember we went to Ultra in 2013 in Miami, and we went to like a club for like a night there, and I asked for like a cup of water, and they tried to charge me like $5 for a cup of tap water. I was like, no, not a bottle, like a tap water. And he was like, yeah, it's $5. And I was like, what if I was dying right now? You can't charge me $5 for tap water. Like, you're kidding, right? And he was definitely not joking. But I remember like shortly after that, there was like all these lawsuits that happened or were put in place because people were like, you can't charge for fucking tap water. And now that's a thing, right? Like you go almost anywhere and you have to give someone water if they ask.
It's like state laws that passed individually.
Exactly.
I remember that Ultra, it was 2013. There was free water, but it was like there was free water, but it was like a drinking fountain. One drinking fountain.
And everyone was like bum rushing it.
Thousands of people for thousands.
I remember that.
Can you imagine literally a drinking fountain in a park feeding out like?
I remember that. That was so bad.
Yeah, people actually had to walk all the way in the middle of the park to the actual bathrooms, refill the water from the sink.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ultra has gone through some changes.
Yeah.
Well.
Dude,
who knows if they're coming back?
Ultra was 16 plus. I didn't know that. I remember like I was at the Ultra, freaking. I was walking around. I was like, who the hell are these girls? They look like they should be in school, and then they're all dressed like strippers. And then out of nowhere, I was like, where the fuck is their mom? The mom comes over dressed like a stripper too. I'm like, oh, this is Miami.
Welcome to Florida, for real though.
Oh yeah.
People get hooked up at Ultra, that's for sure.
But even like back in the day, like Monster Massive, like that was my first event ever. 2007, 2008, I think, or 2008, 2009, I can't remember. But it was like so different. Like I lost my phone that night. Somebody returned it to me. Like
it was like controlled chaos.
Yeah, like people are like, "Oh, can I help you find your friends? Who are you looking for?" I was like, "What? There's thousands of people here. How are you gonna help me find my friends? Help me find my friends."
It's so like, everyone was so nice. Together as one. I remember that.
Together as one. Oh my god.
They were hella nice.
Everyone was so nice. We lost Alicia the whole time, of course.
Yeah. It was. I think
she lost us.
I don't know. It was just like a different time, you know. Like I think the scene was much smaller. You saw a lot of people at festivals that didn't live in your area.
You'd see over and over again. Even now, I see people at events, especially trance events or particular genres, where I'm like, oh, okay, like. We clearly go to the same festivals. We go to the same clubs, the same shows. Like, I should introduce myself. It's been 2 years, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's happened to you guys too, where it's like, you kind of like know them, but you don't know them. Yeah. But you always see them.
Like, hey!
Exactly. And it's like, oh, it's you again, you know?
Oh, yeah. That definitely happens, like, a lot. And especially now that people, like, carry, like, flags and like, stuff like now, like that's even more like identifying, you know. You're like, oh, I've seen you, like you go to every festival that I go to. It's awesome.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Definitely made a lot of friends that way too.
Yeah.